it's becoming ever more evident to many of us that are paying attention that Tucker Carlson is a compulsive liar. He's very good at lying. I don't know about you, but I have caught him out on a number of lies, and I've made a number of videos about those very lies. And well, one such lie is Tucker went on a podcast recently, not too sure who the host is, nor do I really care. The main thing is Tucker decided to go on yet another one of his fancy rants. You know, we kind of get the fact that he loves to talk. And most of the time, some of the things that he says, when he just goes completely off the cuff, makes, well, first and foremost, not much sense at all. But then he'll always go attack someone that he doesn't really like. He's done this his entire career. He's very, very good at it. And well, ladies and gentlemen, he went after the wrong person this time around. He went after Laura Loomer, lied about Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, the world's creepiest human. I don't even know where she came from or who she is exactly, but she's running around saying, I'm Donald Trump's defender. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. You know, that creepy laugh. Oh, you always know when he does the laugh, he's lying about something. It's just quite fascinating behavior. I actually do enjoy sometimes analyzing Tucker Carlson and the way he behaves and he acts from a psychological perspective. He'll be a very interesting case study, believe you me. So would Candace Owens. They're very, very good at this little grift and this little game. I personally don't know how they sleep at night, probably with their many millions. I don't know, because they've lied to get there. And they've said very, very provocative things. Well, because Tucker Carlson said this about Laura Loomer, Laura came with receipts. Because Tucker goes, I don't know who this creepy Laura Loomer is. And Laura's gone, I have no idea who Laura Loomer is. Here is a screenshot of Tucker Carlson on May 1st, 2023, sending her a message. Thanks a million, Laura. I appreciate this. There's some level of chaos, but I feel weirdly happy. Hope you're great. So, yeah, I don't know who this Laura Loomer is, but I've messaged her. Okay, that's interesting. Have a watch.
But Levin, again, doesn't care about the United States, and they're all wearing the Trump skin suit right now because they think it suits their purposes. These are people who hated Trump. They're anti-Trump. They're never Trump, and that would include a lot of people on Fox News who I worked with for 15 years. I know what their political views are. They're my colleagues. They hate Trump. They hate him personally, they hate his agenda, they hate his economic views, and they really hate his foreign policy views, which in private they describe as insane and isolationist, he's a Nazi and all this stuff. I mean, they really have contempt for him. They kept him off the air at Fox News while I was there against my protests. So that's all true, and it's very frustrating as a literal person who cares about what's true to see people jumping up, Mark Levin or Laura Loomer, that's world's creepiest human. I don't even know where she came from or who she is exactly, but she's running around. I'm Donald Trump's, defender. It's bizarre. Champion. And I'm the arbiter of what it means to be for America. Someone who, again, has no interest in the United States, demonstrated no interest. So I think it's just important. It's not a matter of score settling, and I don't care what Mark Levin does in his private life. I don't care what his opinions are. And Laura Loomer, I'm not even really sure who she is. However, if people like that are able to take over a political movement whose stated goal is to serve the United States, first and foremost, America first, make America great again, if those people can take control of that political movement, first of all, it's an offense against reality and truth, but second, it's really dangerous for the country. I mean, they washed out of the Democratic Party, the same people, and now they're trying to take over the Republican Party. How about no? Unbroken track record of failure, unbroken track record of ideas that hurt the United States in measurable ways, impoverished the United States, put us in unpayable debt, killed a ton of people, destabilized the world, caused a refugee crisis in Europe, destroyed Europe. That's a lot of destruction for one group of people and one set of really bad ideas, the John Boltons, the Bill Kristols. Can they be allowed to take over the Trump White House? No. How about no? Just as an American. I mean, I don't really care what people think of me at this point. I'm 56. You were wrong. Well, I've been wrong many, many times. I'll be wrong many, many more times. But the one thing I am is sincere. I really mean it. I don't care about the effect on me. I don't want to relive Iraq. And I know the people who did it. I lived among them. I defended it. I repeated their talking points. Not doing that again. And we came really close to doing that again because of Mark Levin and Laura Loomer and the rest of these morons who've never even left New Jersey. Like, they don't know anything about the world. That's the other thing. They're dumb. They don't know. Not only they don't know the population of Iran, they don't know anything. They don't know the nations that border it. They just don't know anything. And I'm not making an argument for expertise or having been there, but I am making an argument for being responsible when you demand that the U.S. military do certain things. Okay, then tell me what happens next. They can't.
Firstly, Tucker saying that there's all these people that actually hate Trump. Didn't you initially hate Trump at one stage, Tucker? Maybe you may need to check out some of the things you've said about Trump in the past. Perhaps you may come away with a different sort of perspective of these people that supposedly you say hate Trump, and you've worked with them for quite some time, and they're coming out as being like a never Trumper and whatever else. Well, you hated Trump once and suddenly you've changed your tune, but then now because of this Iran-Israel conflict, you're against Trump again. And it seems like Trump is done with you. Trump is done with Steve Bannon as well. He's done with Tucker. He's done with all the grifters, man. Trump can see it. He's not dumb. He's very, very smart. He knows these people, these so-called journalists, these so-called lying, scumbag, dirty journalists that just say the most provocative thing, regardless of however it just creates drama. They don't care who it's about. They just create the drama. They say the provocative thing. It gets them the clicks. Away they go. They don't care. What's the truth? Oh, gee, I don't even know. Not even if it was slapping me in the face, because the lie will always get them what they want. Mate, that rant was something else, wasn't it? I don't know about you, but he did one of the most horrible weaves I have heard, and it didn't even connect. I lost it. I'm like, what are you talking about exactly here? You just made one point. Okay, Laura Loomer's creepy. Apparently, you've got these Democrats that have infiltrated the MAGA movement. You're basically calling out Candace Owens and all of her grifter types. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what point ultimately are you trying to make here? That's the thing with Tucker, Candace, Dave. They've got this interesting way of talking. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I certainly have. The way they talk is lots of things are coming out of their mouth. Not much of it you can make sense of most of the time, especially if they don't know what they're talking about. They just sound good. Like, hey, we'll just bullshit everyone by sounding absolutely fabulous and amazing. Look at me. I am talking a big game. I am making a great deal of sense. Except you're not. Except the ones of us that are listening on and really listening and paying attention are going, well, this is a lie. This ain't true. You're just attacking another person here. It's just a vicious cycle. You go from one lie, one attack, one lie, one attack. Let's go. And then you'll just try and piece it all together, and you have the host just agreeing, nodding on because they're inspired or enamored by you, your presence. And then all of a sudden you go, I'm 56. I don't care if you attack me or not. What? Where'd that come from? I don't really care at all if you call me out, you attack me, and you accuse me of things. I don't really care. I'm 56 years old. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, seems to bother Candy Owens because she's saying that there are people that are being paid to make these kinds of videos. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, apparently I'm being paid. I haven't seen any money. Maybe you guys are getting the money, not me. Anyway, dear oh dear, what are we going to do about these people? I mean, I love freedom of speech. It's amazing, isn't it? Because then you get to try and work out these dingbats and try and make sense of it, I guess, even though you can't, and it kind of hurts my brain, but I love it all at the same time. So anyway, that's just me. Maybe I'm a sucker for trying to make sense of the unexplained or the you can't really make sense of it kind of stuff. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.